All right, guys. So just got done finishing the paid members analysis. So what we're going to do is go over the quick synopsis of what we're looking at for tonight. See what's going on with Euro USD, GU, and UJ. So overall, we had GU or U EU continuing its drop down just for the pullback. So because we do have some trend line liquidity forming, so I do expect it to maybe go down a little bit farther, potentially break this low, maybe throw some sort of W pattern and do some sellers, and then go back up to retest these future supply zones, right? So I don't know if I want to do this one because it's not really significant, but this one's up here is the most significant zone. So if we see it reverse to break that trend line liquidity, it'll go up to these points and then either reverse after that or continue to go up. Or because we do have news tomorrow morning, I could say, screw that, Ryan. I'm going to continue down a little bit farther, and then I'm going to make my move up. So it's a matter of what the news is tomorrow because it's jobless claims. I'm not sure how it's really going to affect the market. We could see something like it did this morning, where price just kind of went up and down and then chilled out. Like it really wasn't anything. Unlike CPI, where that thing just, I mean, that's CPI, 150 pips in a day. It's crazy, especially on a base pair. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with Euro USD, but I'm looking for it to break these trend lines or shoot down a little bit more than go up. Same thing with GU. These are actually the drawn out zones that I have, and it's also mixed in with an imbalance. So we have the trend line liquidity. It is dropping a little bit lower now, which is what I was expecting. It is breaking the low, which is great. So we got some induced sellers going in through the Asian session. And ultimately, I do want to see this thing push back up. If it does push back up, then we will see it continue to drop. Most of this the bias that I was having was that most of the pairs were going to pull back and then continue, but it's starting to show that with this trend line, we might start seeing it push up during London, New York, and then the real move happen. Because although this is like a kind of like an M, it's not. The best M's are multi-day, multi-session, so it will go up again and like hit the zone and then continue. If it doesn't do that, then we'll see something along the lines of another extended push down, and then oh man, come on, one sec. Extended push down, and then potentially an overall move back up. And the reason I say that because the higher the time frames are showing that we have higher forms of liquidity, right? So anything going down is temporary, but that's why we have that trend line liquidity. So if it goes down a little bit more, it's just again pullbacks to eventually go up, grab the remaining liquidity here on the 15-minute, and then grab the daily liquidities that they have set up here. And this isn't returning anytime soon. I think just based on where it's at, we're going to have plenty of momentum going back up. It's just a matter of how far is it going to go before it decides to reverse, right? That's the only variable I don't know. So we're gonna have to see what happens there news tomorrow, and then we can go from there. And then along with UJ was actually one of the few pairs that I saw, and I was like, you know what, I think this is going to continue because the yen is still super weak, and the yen has no variation of it going back up, right? And I'll show you guys real quick. If you go to the JPY, the yen is overall bearish, right? And it just broke the all-time low, which was set here in last year, October. And now we're at that point where we are going to see that continue. There's no setup for a reversal, at least in anywhere that I see fit. Don't see divergence, don't see anything. So usually that means anything going up is just a pullback. And then we look for that continuation down. So if that's JPY, then essentially all we're looking for is a pullback down for it to eventually go all the way back up to retest this majorly significant supply zone. And the darker the color, the brighter, the more confluences we have on any other time frame. So this is the area that I'm looking for UJ to retest and ultimately hit. So that's what we're doing. Really nothing crazy. Just be on the lookout during the news in the morning. It's going to be at 8:30 Eastern. So how it ends up playing out, we'll know. But I expect some good movement tomorrow to finish out the week, going into Friday. And yeah, next week is going to be good. I think next week is Thanksgiving too. So we'll see how everything goes. But everyone have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace. Can't end the fucking thing. And here it goes. Bye.